Welcome to the live video. My wrist is messed up from my work. Got icy hot on. Just took a nap, woke up. Ready to answer some questions. What's up, Loza? Thank you. And welcome back to you too. Christina, what's up? It's freaking hot. Southern California. It's hot in Virginia too. It's been like 90 degrees like all week. It's extremely hot. IMI, what's up? Loza, thank you for the share. TSC Great Lakes, what's TSC? Temporary something? Tony, what's up? Hi. My hand's messed up from my work. Got icy hot on. It's really sore. I'm gonna be posting like what I do recently, of a video soon, but I just I'm hammering. So in the ship, I'm replacing the floors, and we're not really given the proper tools. So the only way to break up the floor is to hammer the crap out of it. And I've been doing that for like 3 days straight, and my wrist is just, I got icy hot, right? And it says stays in place, but this thing doesn't stay in place, so I have to duct tape it so it stays put. Actually, let me see if I can make a video about that real quick. I did it yesterday with my girlfriend. So I'll show you real quick a future video to come. But okay. So give me a moment, guys. Let me show you. Because I created a time lapse of exactly what I do. So let me combine all those time lapse real quick, and you'll see what I do. Let's see, where is the video? Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go with crispy. Put some background music on real quick. I'll be with you guys soon. Okay. Alright, so let me go back to your questions real quick. Okay, what happened? I'll show you. Mike, I'll show you what happened real quick. I'm just opening the videos. Is 2-inch max for hair? No, 4 inches. So 2 inches in so you can grow it out to 4 inches, but it's 2 inches in what was it? Okay. Yeah, you can't like okay, you can grow it out to 4 inches, right? But like when you style it, like you can. One thing you obviously can't have is an afro, like you know when you do this, because it can't pass 2 inches, right? 2 inches in height. You know, growth wise, you can grow your hair 4 inches, but you know it just can't um, be above 2 inches. Why you decide to do what you do? What do you mean, Tony? Explain. Like, why did I decide to join the Navy, or why did I decide to make YouTube videos, or the current job that I'm working in right now? Yeah, it's burning. It's hot. Terrible. I just got into a army boot camp. Any advice? So Daniel, you signed up for the army? Tony, when you say yes, it doesn't really explain anything to me. Like, what do you want? To go to the Navy? Okay. My story, right? I graduated high school, started my own business, affiliate marketing. I marketed products for different companies, and didn't work out, right? I was doing it and it failed, and because of that stress, I decided, hey, let me do something, right? Let me do something else that I've never thought about doing before, and I thought about the military, and I joined the military. And what I'm realizing now is while I'm in the military, let's use this opportunity to figure out what I want to do for the next 5-10 years. So I joined the Navy, the military, for the spur of the moment. So, senior chief in the office yesterday. Alright, so let me show you guys the video of what I'm doing at my work right now.
Hey, are you in your middle?
What's up?
We were gonna go to Norfolk to go have a Mario Kart tournament. I want to see if you want to go.
No, thank you.
You don't want to go?
Alright, so here we go. Actually, no. That's not the beginning. Alright. This is what I'm doing at work, guys. Don't worry, it's going to switch. This was just for my Instagram. Let me raise the volume here real quick. So, this is in a bit, Loza. They do have ACs on carriers, but it sometimes breaks. It doesn't work, which those days are terrible. So my wrist hurts because I've been hammering the floor. The floor, it's like cemented to the ground. And I'm not given like the best, tools, like proper tools, like, jackhammers. No, this isn't my job. That's the thing. This actually isn't my job. I'm just, assigned to do this. A lot of people say, oh, it gets better depending, the more you rank up. No, it depends on where you go. It's all a matter of luck. You could be sent to the best place, or you could be sent to the worst place. Right? Unfortunately for me, this type of work is what I've been doing for the last 2 years. And a lot of people in my ship get discouraged, right? They signed up to be in the Navy, assigned to, you know, do their job in the military, but instead, you know, they do, you know, janitorial or construction work like this. And a lot of people end up hating the military for it. So this is like a, I think, about a 10-hour process. Chris, what's up? Not all rates, Robert. It just really depends on where you end up, right? If your ship is under construction, then this is type of work that you might be doing. So for me, my ship is under construction, so you know, this is what I've been doing for the last 2 years. This type of work. But yeah, this video is in the making. It's not complete, nowhere complete. I just created a... Are you worried about breathing any hazardous stuff? No, for this is not a hazardous stuff. When I start like painting and stuff, so which that I haven't gotten into yet. When I start painting, then I wear the masks, the breathing masks. If you see my Instagram pictures, like sometimes you see me wearing like air filter masks. That's when I'm, you know, working with hazardous material. Taking a break. Now after I broke it up, now you gotta clean it. Andy, thank you for your subscription. Welcome to the team. I am stationed in Norfolk, Virginia on board USS Abraham Lincoln. AKs, I would love to, but I'm actually using my phone to record this time lapse. So, you know, at this moment, no. Normally I would, but unfortunately, I was, so that's where I left off. So, starting Monday, I'm going to, start like painting. Well, actually, I have to do what's called a deck crawling the space. So there's still like little like, you know, chips left on the floor, and you have to make it bare metal, and then you put a layer of paint over it. And as you can see, I was doing that type of work, and it's green. You can see paint all over my hand. So then I lay a paint over it. And then another team comes in and puts the final floor, the new floor on it. Okay, so let me go read all the questions here. So if you're commenting right now, bear with me. I'm going to try to read the questions from top to bottom. So it might take a little bit to get to your question. So do all rates have to do things like that? No, it just depends on some. And also depends on your luck. You might temporarily put into this assignment. So, yeah. Have you met any corpsmen? Yes, there are a lot of corpsmen in my ship. They seem very chill, cool people. I don't like some of them. Some of them are very mean. They're very rude, which they shouldn't be, because you know they work with helping people. But some corpsmen that I've met just don't like helping people for some reason. Maybe they just don't like that rate. Are you worried about breathing any hazardous stuff? No. So how many hours do you work a day? So right now I'm working from 0900 to 1500, so that's 6 hours. Don't CBs do this crap? Yes, something like that, similar. I don't know exactly what they do, but they build stuff. When I went to MEPS back in November, they were trying to get everyone and their mothers to sign up for AECF. What's AECF? Andy Dixon, welcome to the team. So let me know in the comment section down below. Like, you know how, like, I thought about this the other day as I was making my Instagram story. And I said, okay, team, let's do this. So, like, you know, like, the name that we have for our group or for family, like JT calls it, you know, the fam. Like, I think I like team. Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Where you stationed at? I already answered that. Virginia on board USS Abraham Lincoln. Do you listen to music while doing this? I would love to, but no. Should I get a regular job on a carrier like ABE or MA before becoming a SEAL, or go straight to buds? Imperial Muffin, I would recommend, if you are interested in being a Navy SEAL, go that route first. Fire controlman, launch missiles. Do you know anything about the AECF? I'm going to be ET or FC, fire controlman or ET. My friend's a ET. My friend, his A school for ET is 9 months, and then after 9 months he comes in as E4 after the training, and then from E4 you go to C school for about a month, and they still are, you know, I think after C school they pick up 3rd class. Yeah, I think so. 9 months of A school, then come to your ultimate command, then for a month of C school, then pick up 3rd class automatically from the training. That's the only thing I know about ETs. What should I go to? Should I go to the military or army? Tony, it depends. You know, army. You know, I don't know exactly everything that they do, but one of the biggest thing that the army is known for, you know, is being boots on the ground, right? You know, being at a war zone, being at places. You know, personally for me, the reason why I joined the Navy is because I didn't like the idea of bullets flying at me, right? Even if there's like a very 0.001% potential. I didn't like that idea, so I joined the Navy. Even though there still is a chance, yes, but it's less likely than the Army. Sub Yoon joining as soon as I hit 18. Gulp, you can join when you're 17 with your parents' consent. Do females do this type of work too? Yes, they do. I'm working with a female right now. She does this type of work. Have you met any AOs? Yes, I do know a lot of AOs. I don't know exactly what they do. I know they like load bombs for the airplanes and stuff, and you know, sometimes I see AOs and they're holding like, you know, bullet shells, because sometimes on the carrier on the ship, you know, they'll practice firing the gun mounts on the ship, you know, multiple different areas of the ship. They'll practice firing out at sea, and the gun shells, you know, pop off, and then, you know, I see them carrying that sometimes. You can get spec war before you go to boot camp. They give you 11 months right away. Why not Marines? Marines, Angel, I'm not like very physical guy. Like, I'm not a, you know, Army and Marines are very like gung-ho, hoo-ya, and type of like that. I'm more of calm, relaxed, laid-back type of guy. So, you know, Air Force and Navy is more of what I'm into, compared to like, hoo-ya, let's go shoot guns and stuff, you know. No, thank you. E.T. is the alien. JRV, what's up? What did you sign up for? I signed up for logistics specialist. Sub Yoon joining as I hit 18. Can't wait to explore port in Great Lakes. Great places. Gulp, just because you sign up for the Navy doesn't guarantee you that you'll be able to visit, you know, around the world. In boot camp, is it males and females integrated? And do we shower together? No, you shower with the same sex, so you will not shower with males and females in the same place. Males would shower with males, and females would shower with males. And integrated division, it's not guaranteed, right? You know, I don't know how many and how many divisions, but you know, there's all male divisions and all there is all male divisions and integrated divisions, but there is no all female divisions. Yeah. What happens if you don't pass the fitness test in boot camp? You get held back, and then if you keep getting held back, then you get sent home. All right, I caught up to the questions. Awesome. Joining at 18. I want to be honor grad. Any advice? I shoot them sallies. Make sure you get the highest ASVAB score possible, because ASVAB does play a factor. So if you can get 99, get 99. I don't know the exact requirements, but ASVAB score is one thing they do look at when it comes to honor grad. From my place, who's an honor grad? Oh. Getting those honor grad, awards and stuff, it's all luck. Really, it's all luck, in my opinion. Right? Every week, on paper, 1,000 recruits are supposed to graduate. But along the way, a lot of them get filtered out. A lot of them get, held back and stuff. So, for me, in my boot camp, right, when I first started boot camp, we had about 100 something males. But by the end of boot camp, we only had 65. And at the graduation, I remember them saying all these 660 something recruits, made it through training. Out of those 660 recruits, only one gets the honor grad, right? That one honor grad, it's in my opinion, luck, right? It depends, every week, let's choose this RDC for, they can choose under their command one recruit to be honor grad. And I don't know exactly how their system is, but it all depends on your luck. Really, these awards are all about luck. Does it help to stand out? Yes, it really does help to stand out, getting those top positions. But at the end of the day, it's luck. I want to join delayed entry programs, but I'm afraid they don't have any in my area. Julia, do you mean a recruiting station? How was Taco Tuesday? Taco Tuesday was alright. I liked it. Gamers. Trying to look at new anime, man. I want good anime. But I live in 29 Palms, but nothing more. Can you get E3 in boot camp? Yes. Sally, you can get to E3 in boot camp. If you come in as E1, Little Witch Academy. I like adventure and strategy stuff. Chelsea, I don't like that title, Little Witch Academy. I think I've seen maybe one episode. Are today's Navy ships air conditioned? It's always air conditioned. It's just a matter of if it works or not. If it doesn't, like the other day when I was in my ship trying to sleep, it wasn't working, and it was about 90 degrees outside, and inside the ship it had to be like 85. And when you're laying down straight and being still, then it's okay. But when you start moving around a little bit, then you start to sweat. And I was like, holy crap, they need to fix this. But the next day they fixed it. But there are days when it just breaks, and takes a while to fix it. War genre anime Zipang. NC Gaming, welcome all the way from where'd you say you were watching? Philippines? Made in Abyss. What are the top places you would want to travel? Let's see, 3 on top of my head. In terms of country, I would love to go to Europe. Italy. Italy is a port. Number 2, Japan. And number 3, Bahrain, Middle East. Hit all 3. What are you going to do after the Navy? I am probably, Angel. So one thing that I'm thinking of enlisting and extending to do shore duty. If that doesn't work, shore duty in New Jersey, close to Pennsylvania, where my parents live, where I want to live. But if that doesn't work, go home and maybe live in Korea for a year. I don't know. Really try to pursue this YouTube thing. But I do have the Montgomery GI Bill to fall back on. GI Bill is going to help pay me and try to pursue real estate because I like houses. When are you going to start getting tattoos? I'm never going to get a tattoo. Any fellow CBs in here? Pacheco. Best Navy memory. Best Navy memory, getting recognitions from the captain. I remember it was an award ceremony, and we were there was a captain on the podium, and then about 3,000 people, standing attention, and the captain was alone in the stage, and he's like, "So is LSSN Kim here? Can he come up on stage?" And I marched on and went up to the stage, and he's like, LSSN Kim's, I've heard so many great things about him. He's been doing an outstanding job, and this is what he does. And he was explaining what I did, and then he gave me a command coin, and he gave me the command coin that I gave away. So that's one of the best memories because you're in front and getting recognized for your work in front of like 3,000 people, and after that a lot of people in the ship know you, like, oh man, this guy's a top performer, so you build up great reputation from that. And then 2 weeks after that I got another award, so it's just one on top of the other. It's like building great reputation all the way. And even before that I got another award, and even before that I was participating in many different activities. How long did it take you to get into the Navy? Not that long, Tony. I decided to join November, went to my recruiter, and I think I signed my contract around I went to my recruiter around October, signed up with my contract around November, and I decided, hey, give me 6 months. So my Navy liaison was like, all right, how does June sound? So very short process for me. Do you know anything about MCs? Yes, MCs take pictures around the ship, write stories, or have to go to places to get stories, Whenever there's a ceremony, you know, MCs take pictures. I would have liked to be an MC, right? You know, I would be pretty good, you know, with my YouTube channel. Like you would, you know, like what I could have done. But the Navy missed out, man. Too bad my recruiter lied to me. The Navy would have had like the best MC they would have ever had. This guy. Alright, Loza. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one, mate. Last time I checked the Navy, they only had Army recruiter here. Destroyer, aircraft carrier, submarine. What's the best life for Navy? Answer gaming. It's really up to the person. You know, I personally like the aircraft carrier. Some people like the submarine. Some people like, you know, small boys, which is like, you know, frigates, DDGs, destroyers and stuff. When's the next time you're going to live stream? Probably tomorrow. What's up, Yoon? Any ideas on which retirement plan is better, TSP or the new retirement plan coming out? Joey asks. Those are two separate entities, Joey. Those are two separate entities. TSP is something, it's an investment account, right? It's your retirement investment. So for example, if you ever hear, you know, like corporate jobs, they say, oh, it's like the 401k, right? TSP, what TSP is, in basic summary, for example, right, I'm putting money in TSP. I'm putting 20% of my income into TSP that they're going to invest and manage, right, until I retire at 65. Because I got a life cycle 2050 fund, but I'm going to later change it to 2060 life cycle. So they're going to invest my money up until that point, right? And the retirement plan for the military is after you serve 20 years, right? You have an option between like one or two plans. I don't know into detail with it because I wasn't really interested in it because I'm not going to retire in the military. But yeah. Those are two separate entities, Joey. Do you recommend doing delayed entry programs? Yes, DEP is mandatory, as Loza said. So, Julia, how this process is going to go, you want to join the military, right? And, for example, let's say you go to a Navy recruiter. You go to a Navy recruiter and you say, hey, I want to join the Navy. And your recruiter said, cool, any idea what you want to do? And you discuss real quick what job you want to do. And your recruiter is going to say, all right, hey, let's take a quick practice ASVAB. It's about 10 questions. It's going to give me a rough idea of what you're going to score on the ASVAB, and we'll move forward from there. And you say, all right, let me take the practice ASVAB. Take the practice ASVAB in the recruiting station, and then you know, you sit down with your recruiter and you have a date on what day you're going to go to the military entrance processing station, MEPS. All branches of service go to MEPS to get processed, right? So health, physically, you know, mentally, any scars on the body, deformity, if you can move properly, if you can see at a certain degree, you know, are you colorblind, are you not colorblind, can you hear, you know, making sure you're physically, mentally, emotionally, and health-wise okay, you're not doing any drugs, right? So that's MEPS. And after you pass all that, you know, you take your ASVAB first. Yeah, I remember. You take your ASVAB first, get your score, then do all the health process, and then you sit down with your Navy liaison, and then you discuss what job it is that you're going to do in the Navy. So you discuss what job you want in the Navy. You pick that job, and then, you know, your recruiter is going to come pick you back up, drop you off, and then you are in delayed entry program, right? Because the Navy liaison gives you a ship out date, the day which you report to Navy boot camp, right? So let's say your ship out date is, let's say you went to MEPS right now and he said December 2nd, right? Then December 2nd, early that morning, you go to your recruiter's office and your recruiter, takes you to the airport or whatnot, and takes you to MEPS, and from MEPS to the airport, and you'll be on your way. That's in the quick summary. Last question. Is there like Wi-Fi on the ship while on the way that you can use, or buy your own hotspot things for streaming on social media? Joey, when you are out at sea, you're not going to get any interconnection. I've tried. But if you use the government computers within the ship, you can use it for personal use, like, checking emails, Facebook, YouTube. If you really want to, you can, stream, movies and stuff. But sometimes, depending on your ship, they might not like that. Because, if the computer gets on virus, then, you're kind of in trouble. But there is I haven't heard of a ship that just has a Wi-Fi hotspot for people to use. No. You can ask more questions if Yoon is offline. Instagram, Supersonic Cookie, Peace Mates. When the Navy, the liaison office, and my recruiter lied to me and I ended up signing for MM, I didn't know much about the rating. Is it good rating in your opinion? If you know any, worked with any MMs. So Patriotic Badger, are you unconventional or conventional? So like, okay, are you nuke or are you not nuke? Because MMs work a lot. MMs work a lot. So you're not nuke. Okay. So I do have some MM friends. I think, I don't know exactly all the things that they do, but I know they work. Okay, that's Calibron Sailor, but I know they work with the nukes, with helping them with their stuff. Got that drink in my cup, beer, not nuke. Calibron, Caliborn. I keep calling you Calibron. Are you nuke? Sanders.
So we're gonna stay there or we drop it back?
No.
Huh?
I'm gonna stay there. I'm taking.
Ooh, that's hard.
Bro, did you fart or something?
No,
Did you burp?
you farted.
No, it smells like
Yeah, yeah, bro.
it smells like onions or something. It's burp, not fart. Where is that? Where is my Navy
Cam
shirt?
just sits there and jacks off to like his videos, like his own YouTube videos.
I know I do.
I feel like his ego is so big, like he would do that.
Where did that,
A-Gang.
boot camp
Sanders.
shirt go?
A-Gang. 80% of the boat.
No, I didn't.
Thanks, I head out
I didn't put any t-shirts. So,
for boot camp in 30 days. Can't wait. I go in as E3, try and save $1,000 and $1,500, $1,500 a month. Definitely doable, Joey. It's doable. I was talking with one of my friends the other day. He's getting out of the Navy next year, like September. He's been in for 3 years, and next September is like 3 and like 9 months. And he got approved for 3 months early out. And I was talking to him, and he said he saved within 3 years, $37,000. Yeah, so he saved a lot.
should I wear my Dairy Queen shirt?
Do you hurt your arm? Yeah, my arms, my wrist, really. Ensign Gaming, you missed it. I just showed a video time lapse of my work recently. I guess I'll show you a show again, because the early crowd's probably gone later on. Frank, what's up? Welcome.
I have so many compliments on it. It's way too tight though.
For those of you who are interested in becoming a CS, culinary specialist, Frank here, my friend in the comment section, is a CS. Very cool guy. Thoughts on the CBs? CBs, I don't know too much about them, but the only thing I know is, they build stuff. And also, they are trained in combat too. And I've heard like some of them get together and build houses and for third world countries and stuff. Wishbone 513. The guy CS or LS, in my best opinion, I would say logistics specialist. I got a buddy here leaving next week. CS, going to the Truman. LS is better, hands down. Yeah. I would choose LS all day long. With what I know now, CS versus LS. LS all day long. How long you been in MM? Do you like your rate? Whoa, I have a cousin in Truman. Huh. Yeah, the Navy is not that big. It's a small Navy, man. God bless them, Frank. That's a lot. I hope I can do, just got to manage and budget. Joey, as long as, so 1,500. If you can live off about $100 each month, $1,500 to save every month is definitely possible. Just live off $100 each month. I love my rating, however, I haven't made it to the fleet yet. That's a lot. Hope I can just got to manage my budget. Okay. Do you know who Kazuki Sakuraba is? I do not know who that is, Ben. ET or LS? I don't know exactly what ETs do. I have some ET friends, but even then I would still choose LS. LS is very chill. I mean, maybe it's just where I am in my ship, but I've worked with good chain of command LSs and bad chain of command LSs. But either way, I would still choose and be an LS. Do MCs work long hours? I'm pretty, yes or no. Yes, when they have to do their stories and take pictures and, go to specific ceremonies, because they have to do stories, they have to cover that, and, they have to type it up and, make a story, right? But, other than that, I don't see MCs working, terribly long hours. From what I see, MCs have it pretty easy. You can't love your rate until you actually try it. Do you know South Korean celebrities Honey Lee? Are you super happy that Trump and America in such a close relationship with South Korea? South Korea has always been a very, very good ally with America. So, I mean, I guess so, Ben. Shout out to LSF Gomez. I won't be nuke, but most info on MMs I'm finding is for subs, so I haven't found much of what it's like to be an MM on a ship. Do you like K-pop? Yes, I do like K-pop. Did you see the Family Guy South Korean episode, and were you offended? I think, what was the South Korean episode? It was when, like, Quagmire was in a Korean drama, and then, the last tape was missing, and Peter went to South Korea to, like, try to reenact it or find it. No, I wasn't offended at all. I thought it was pretty funny. Leonardo, hey Yoon, I'm out of high school. I'm planning to enlist in the Air Force. Do you think I can enlist, then go officer afterwards? Leonardo, it's going to be very difficult, but yes. When you come in as enlisted, you don't have as much time as you would want to go to college and get a degree and then become an officer, right? Because that's one of the major ways to be an officer is having a degree so you can apply. So if you have a 4-year contract in the Air Force, maybe at best you can come out with an associate's degree or a little bit above associates. But if you just go to college right away, right, get student loan, use FAFSA, financial aid. If you can finish school in 3 years, then you can apply to be an officer. And when you are in the military, they help you pay off your student loan. So, they either give you some money or, whatever. In my opinion, if you want to be an officer, go that route, right? Go to college, finish, then go officer. If you really want to go enlisted, then officer, just prepare that, just giving you a heads up, it's not going to be as easy or as ideal as you might think it is. What is the people of South Korea or your fam feel about Japan? Are they kind of... I mean, Japan invaded Korea a long time ago, but that's in the past. Some people are still bitter about it, but, it's in the past, and people moved on. Thank you for the advice. See you. All right, Chelsea, have a good one. I wanted to be an HM, corpsman, or some CV rating, but they lied and gave me a overqualified reason, even though I saw it was available and scored higher than needed. I don't know if I'll enjoy MM or not. Just be prepared to work hard, but it is important to work, bro. Yep. All rates are important. CSs, they need to provide food for the ship, food for the crew. Right? It might be not the most glorified rate like a nuke, but CSs need to be there. SHs, haircuts, laundry, supply, food for the ship store, vending machines. We need them. LSs, right? One of the lower rates for the ASVAB score. Still need them. Yeah, we need supply in the ship. The chair people sit on, the office desks that people work on. They need everything. You don't have to go into detail, but do you have strong feelings about North Korea? Strong feelings about North Korea? I mean, I don't care about North Korea. They do their own thing. LSs? I mean, we provide supply. I think, compared to like nukes, yes, we don't really work hard. But, I mean, nukes get paid accordingly. Do MMs have a signing bonus? What was your score on the ASVAB? I think I got 75 or 75? 65? 75? I don't remember. It's been like 3 years. 2.5 years or something. 2.5, 3 years. Does South Korea have strong feeling towards China? I mean, as long as they're not, trying to corrupt South Korea, they don't care. China has a strong tourism population in Korea. Chinese love all of Asia love Korea. Only after your first term. MMs. Leo, welcome. Just got here. Okay, what I'm here about North Korea and these tests, bro, is it maybe... The thing is, Brian, with like this North Korea thing, the U.S. media makes it a hype, right? Oh, North Korea is doing this again, they're doing this you know, doing this, always doing something, always doing this. Yes, right, you know, there is a potential threat there, right? But if you get a general consensus, general survey of the South Koreans, they don't really care, right? Every male in South Korea has to go to the army because, you know, North Korea could invade at any time, granted. But, you know, South Koreans, they don't really care as much as the U.S. does. They really don't. South Koreans know North Korea is not going to do anything. Because if they do something, they're going to get screwed majorly. So, the U.S. makes it seem like it's a bigger deal than it really is. The U.S. cares because the North Koreans don't really like the U.S., so they care a lot in that sense. But South Korea, it's like they're not going to do anything. Do you think U.S. citizens are generally... So that's, from when I read the surveys and statistics, that's the general consensus. I'm not speaking in behalf of the Korean people. Do you think U.S. citizens are generally just over dramatic about news hype and that's why South Korea is so chill? I think so, Ben. I still think I need to talk to my recruiter again. Just salty I was lied to and don't ship till March. I don't think... I just got to think things over on what to do. Yeah. Patriotic Badger. You can always re-rate. We can't always have what we want in the military. Yeah, but even re-rating, it's easy to say, but it's difficult to do. Like, I have a LS friend who wants to re-rate into MC, but my ship's not letting them. So, he can't do anything about it. He wants to be an MC. He's been in the ship for like 3 years and requests, hey, can I be an MC? I'm training with them. I want to be an MC. Ship says no, and so he can't do anything about it. So it sucks. Can you request to be deployed to combat? No. You can either, individual augmentee, or if a ship is going on a deployment, for example, let's say you are on the George Washington, right? George Washington isn't really doing anything much right now, and the USS Ford is deciding to go to the Middle East, and they're looking for volunteers, and they're asking the GDA people, and let's say you're a logistics specialist, right? And they say, hey, we need 2 LSs to volunteer. Who wants to volunteer? And then, if you want to go on deployment, you say, hey, I want to go. And then that's how you go. In a quick, very summarized form. So my friend right now who lives here, which I'm not saying they are going on a deployment on the Ford. It's just like a hypothetical. So my friend here, right, who lives here, who's the owner of this house, Ethan, he went on a deployment with the George Washington like 2 years ago. And he's on my ship, right, the Lincoln. So the George Washington was going on a deployment over South America and to California. And then he volunteered and he went on a deployment. How many percentage of South Koreans would move to if they had a choice? Not a lot. Not a lot of people. People who move to the States from Korea are people that are not making a lot of money. Or, if they have like a very good job in America to teach, science, math, or, Korean, they'll move. But generally, Korea is a very good place to live. Much better than, in my opinion, America. If you have money. Obviously, there is such thing as combat in the Navy, Navy SEALs, etc. What if you get if your ship gets attacked? Do you guys have to fight back? in the moment of attack, you then be a combat vet. Do you have personal opinion on Putin? No, I think Putin's very good for Russia. They seem to like him. You know, Putin seems to be very, people hate Putin, but you can't hate Putin for, wanting the best for his country. You know, what president would want to, or dictator, whatever you want to do. But if the ship gets attacked, yes, we get trained to for, if there's a fire on the ship, we take the fire out. If there's a, war, if there's a ship unidentified ship coming towards our way, we have procedures for, people to be up there and say, hey, stop coming, or we shoot them down. There's a procedure for everything, Ben. But yes, if you are, Brian, you are trained for almost every possible scenario. Do you go home after boot camp for a little bit? Nope. Copper X, after boot camp, you go to A school. If you don't have A school, then you go to your ultimate command. Probably a ship. Annie asks, welcome Annie, had a question about your Instagram story, vid content. When you take up all the tile up, is your work done on the floor, or do they make you fix up the floor afterwards? Yes, and I guess I can show you that time lapse again. Give me a moment. Let me get a Gatorade. I'll show you the one of the full time lapses. It's still not done, but yeah.
Bro, eggs are always good. Oh, okay. I don't fuck with you. With you. You how are you, Q?
Oh, you.
Or you, Min.
You chew. You zoo.
And I don't fuck with the days either.
You guys have a couple with similar color hat.
Aw, we're so cute together.
Make out.
Alright, I carry it and you're done.
No. I fucking brought him in here.
I brought all the other beer in here before.
Wait.
The last 3 cases.
How about you guys play one game of rock paper scissors?
That's the third. That's our third.
Alright, that's three. I'll be the
Just
judge.
carry motherfuckers.
Up.
Come on, check. Just carry it.
Okay.
Settle it with rock paper scissors. backup from the time. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Winter for Texan. To get Gatorade. Yeah, my friends were like arguing about something and I had to go and settle it. Okay. Woo! Okay. Hold on, let me put on some music. Some epic music. Okay. Putting on some music here. Woo! All right. Alright, so let me go back up to the questions here where I left off. Is there anybody here that's going to boot? A lot of people. Annuals, do you think an AO the live video? Yeah. If I can get an AO friend who's interested in showing their face to the public of hundreds of people. Where'd you go to get Gatorade? Straight out of high school. Last time I talked about buds, it's because I'm not a U.S. citizen. I need a job in the Navy first before I can apply. Think of any advice? Island blood, that seems like a good thing to do. You get a if you're not a citizen, get that first. Which I don't know if your security clearance can be how that's going to affect your security clearance, but yeah. Navy has new uniform now. Are you going to buy one for yourself? How much does it cost? Navy mom, the Navy will give me money for the new uniform. So when the new uniforms come out and are available for purchase, and we are given the money, then we are allowed to wear it, and if the commanding officer allows it. What do you do the last week of boot camp? Chill, relax. Any advice to prepare for boot camp? Yes, watch my videos. Hey Yoon, would you live in motorhome or a house? A house. Do you like the new Navy uniforms? I think it's pretty cool. Were the time lapse you said you were going to show us? Okay, I'll show you, and chill. Do you want to be in combat or have options? I would avoid combat at all costs, man. I don't like that crap. Alright, so let me show you this, the time lapse. It's not done. But, yeah. Let me raise the volume here. Okay. So, don't worry, this is vertical right now, but it's going to switch up to horizontal. I was just making this for my Instagram story. So this is my current temporarily work. As you can see, I have to take off the deck, which is the floor, because it's cemented to the ground. So you have to break it apart. Now you'd be thinking, why don't I have like a jackhammer? We do, but there's a very limited amount of quantity, and hundreds of these type of floors have to be done. So the only tools I'm given were a chisel and a hammer. There we go, side view. So after this, right? So this room is still not complete. This video is still in the making. It's a long process. As you can see, I have my protective gear on because when I hammer the ground, the flakes like shoot out, and if I'm not wearing any protective gear, the flakes are going to actually pierce my skin and I'm bleeding. So that's why I have these protective stuff on. So almost done. So you see this quick 5-minute time lapse, but this whole process of me taking the floor off, it's been like a 10-hour venture. So the purpose of this work is to take the old floor off because the ship doesn't like how it looks, so they want to replace it with new and things that look better, which in my opinion I don't think they should have done, but whatever. So I'm breaking the floor up so I can make the floor into bare metal. After I make it into bare metal, I put a coat of paint on it called the primer. Then somebody else comes in and put the new layer of the floor on, and then the space is done. So after get the stuff, obviously you gotta throw it out, and this stuff is heavy, man. That little bag that I put it in, it's about 90 pounds, because all these tiles are it's like cement and stuff. I don't know exactly what it's called, but yeah, man, these are not light. And this has been a 3-day venture. And this is where I left off today. That's what I was doing today. Gotta take the bed. So this is an officer, where officers sleep. So this is where it ends. So still got a lot to do. But yeah, that's where officers sleep. They have a crap ton of space. Very nice sleeping situation compared to the normal enlisted people. Okay. Yeah, they just redoing the floor because it's old-fashioned. Just because, really. Can you order new uniforms and show up in them? If you are issued the new uniform, you can wear them. But they might tell you to change it out depending on. Do you want to be in combat? Hitler, there's nothing wrong. I can understand that in a house, but to just take it up and put newer floor down in a ship seems like a waste. And there's a lot of people that agree with you, but at the end of the day, whatever they want to do is what they want to do. I personally think they shouldn't do it, but in some ways I understand, because if you put new floors on the ground, that's the purpose of that is to last another 25 years of the ship life. So, oof, oof. That's why my wrist hurts right now. Because you see, like, all the hammering I did, like 3 days straight, it takes a toll on your joints. Getting old. And I breakdance too, but this is worse. Right? I breakdance and I hold my weight with one hand all day long, and I hop on it, bounce on it, all day long. But hammering, man, it's another thing. Before you got to your ship, do you have any idea? Did you have any idea of what you might be doing? The type of job that I'm doing now is not normal, right? Only a very select few people in the Navy are going to do the type of work that I do, because my ship is getting repaired. That's why I'm doing it, right? A lot of people normally, right after going to A school, you go to your ship and you work up and go on a deployment on the way, all that kind of stuff. What I do is not normal. This type of work is what I've been doing for the last 2 years, right? Painting, taking the floor off. So it's very, very rare. But for those of you, some of you might be that unfortunate where you get stuck doing this. Some people do this for their whole career. They sign up to be working in aviation or working to be a logistics specialist, but they end up painting, breaking decks, breaking floors, and doing some odd-end jobs for 4 years, 5 years, and they end up, that's their career. So, before you got to your ship, okay. Hey bro, would you recommend the Navy for an 18-year-old that's unsure about life? Brandon, okay, so let me feature what you just asked in the, on a short segment. If you followed me for a while, I like to take out segments from my live videos and create it into its own little individual video. So, so Brandon asks, would you recommend the Navy for an 18-year-old who is unsure about life? So, in my best opinion, right, Brandon, what I recommend for those of you who don't know what you want to do with your life, or you're looking to improve your life, or you're looking to change your life, it doesn't have to be necessarily 18. You could be, 17 with your parents' approval and join the Navy, and, up to 34 for the Navy, right? Everyone's in a different situation. What I recommend, if you are unsure about life, join the military, save up a lot of money. Number one, save up a lot of money. Number two, when you are in the military, figure out what you want to do for the next 4, 5, or 10 years of your life. When you are in the military, right? You don't have to find your career path right away, right? Because no one can see the future. A lot of people change careers. There is no, hey, you stick with one company for the rest of your life. That ideal doesn't exist anymore. In the 1980s, that was a thing, right? You could get pension pay, pension plans and stuff. But in this modern day and age, companies come and go, right? Companies come and go. MySpace was a thing, but it's not much of a thing anymore. Facebook is a thing, but 20, 50, whatever years from now, MySpace might not, or Facebook might not be a thing anymore, right? So companies come and go. Companies innovate. So for the next 5, 10 years, figure out what you want to do, what career path, what things you want to try. And then when you are in the military, build up towards that, right? And then when you have a lot of money saved up from the military, at least if you have a 4-year contract, at least try to save up $20,000. Ideally, if you could save $1,000 each month, then you should have, roughly, $50,000, $60,000 by the time you get out at 22 or 23, depending on when you come in. And what having money will allow you to do is it gives you options, right? You're not going to be, you know, up to the chain and, oh, I don't have a lot of money, so I have to get a job right away. No, if you have money, it gives you freedom to choose, freedom to do what you want to do. If you want to move to California to seek some opportunities, you can, right? For, and, you know, up until you run out of money and you're back to square one. But hopefully within that time, you can figure something out. So that's what I would recommend. If you don't know, if you're unsure about what you want to do in your life, should you join the military? In my personal opinion, yes. And when you are in the military, figure it out, save a lot of money, learn a lot of things, and apply what you learned to what you want to do. Okay. So another reference that I use in this is when you are in the military, use the, you know, this is where you are, point A, you're unsure, and point B is where you want to be in life, right? You know, successful, or, you know, whatever point you want to be. The in between is the military, right? The bridge or the gap or the vehicle, what you want to call it. Use the military as a vehicle to get from point A to point B. Okay. Bro, needs of the Navy. You join, they tell you what to do, expect to be doing something they want you to, yeah. Would you ever become an RDC? I am Rizzy. That is a big heck to the no. RDCs, recruit division commanders, work incredibly long hours. I think right about 16 hours a day, or 12 hours a day for 5 or 6 days in a row, every single week for the whole year. So in my opinion, that is a big NO. IS and YN, which one is better? IS. I don't know what IS is, Simon Wang, but YN seems very chill. I work with some YNs, and I've gone to A school with NNs, because YN has an A school in Meridian, Mississippi. Oh man, that's a good Gatorade. YNs do a lot of clerical work, admin work for the officers. You know, there's the commanding officer has his own YN. The CMC has his own. YN seems very chill. Michael, welcome back. Have you ever had to deal with a-holes in the Navy? All the time. Brandon, there will always be people that you don't get along with, no matter where you go. No matter where you go. It just depends on, like, hey, you know, that's one person that I'm never going to get along with. You know, while I'm here, let's not make it worse, right? You know, you might work with some of those type of people, or you might work with them temporarily. You know, one a-hole that stands out in my mind the most, his name was, we'll call him Blanche, right? You know, his name was short for Blanche, right? So Blanche decided to throw out Navy property in the trash can because he didn't want to clean it up. And I called him out on it. I said, hey Blanche, you can't throw these out because we need these, right? And he started calling me, you know, A-words, curse words, saying I was a dirtbag, I'm the worst person, and yada yada. And I was like, okay, let me if I made you upset, let me apologize. So I was the bigger person, right? And even though I wanted to yell and argue with this person, even though he was clearly in the wrong, I didn't want to argue. I said, hey, I don't know where the disconnect is, but let's, you know, work this out, right? Let's figure this out. In the end, we could never see eye to eye, and like a month later, he got kicked out of the Navy because he was doing drugs. Yeah, so he's no longer in the Navy. Andy, I like how you had like someone in the comments trademark. It said like comments and a trademark on it. I don't even know how you did that. Are you planning to become an officer? I might try to put in a package. If I get picked up, awesome. I'm gonna be stuck in this rat race a little bit longer. But if I don't get picked up, I don't get picked up. And the Navy just misses out on a very, very bright potential officer. Do you have a job in boot camp? When I was in boot camp, I was what's called a forward hold PO. So in boot camp, right, you obviously have to clean, right? So in each compartment, a compartment is a big giant room where all the same sex sleeps in. So if you see Navy boot camp videos, okay, I'll show you. I'll show you through the video. Navy boot camp. Alright, we'll watch this together, guys. So, this is the exact place that you're going to go to if you go to Navy boot camp.
You understand that? Yes, sir. Do you understand? Yes. Go. Don't do anything till I say move. Watch. Rings, with the exception of wedding band.
So people in the Navy are pretty chill. Like these RDCs, they're not like the Marines where they're yelling and screaming all the time. People in the Navy are pretty chill, man.
Your phone call. There's double doors right here. First person that comes out, their phone. You go to the first person in line. Your phone, you will walk right back in here. You will stay with your cell phone at all times. You understand? You will not go outside these double doors. You will stay in inside these double doors.
So recruit. So this is a peanut butters, right? It's called NSUs, Navy Service Uniforms. And the little red rope that they have around is the indication that they are a recruit division commander.
3 weeks, I'll call you again. About 2-3 weeks, you'll be getting a box with all my stuff in it. Yeah, 3 weeks. I have to go. It has to be short. That's about all I got time to say. Stand up. Grab everything you came with. Bag, jacket, backpack, shirt. If you have a box, you want to put it on the flag.
Do the vaccinations really hurt? Nope.
That sheet of paper you got when you first
So that is a first class.
Duty bag. You step on
Eagle
the machine,
with 3 chevrons. Pro with 3 chevrons.
Medium cushion, go. Medium stability, go. Medium stability, go. All right, all you civilian stuff you want to put behind you on the blue tab. I want the small size up front.
So that red rope right there is the indication that they are a RDC.
Figure it out. Let's go. 4 through 10 is here. 12 through 20. Goodbye. 2 boxes now. Put them in the top. Like medium. 11.5 medium. You're going to get 2 unopened packages of underwear, 2 single pair of underwear. Once you're done with that, you're going to get 1 roll of yellow shirts. There's 2 shirts rolled up. You're going to get 1 sweat top, 1 sweat pants. So you're going to get a pair of shorts.
So you see, you're going to get issued this day 1 when you arrive to boot camp. So the civilian clothes that you're wearing, you see the boxes in front of you, right there in front of them. They are going to you're going to put it in these boxes and send it home.
Put them in your large knit bag. Fall back behind the box you're standing behind right now.
So that is a compartment right there. This is where you sleep. This is where you operate every day. That is a big compartment.
Recruits, and you can set the tone right then, and you train, say, from the beginning up until the end. As long as you set that strong foundation,
yes.
It's like building a house.
You pay this out of your own pocket.
A strong foundation to fall on, but if you got to go hard from the beginning.
Leave your seat bags there. Let's go. Leave your covers there too.
Newer version of it?
Everything is done orderly fashion.
Haley, what's the title of it?
For each push, you always want to learn something new. You always learn something new because you have 88 recruits.
Let's watch the newer version.
So the experience
Haley, send it to me.
is different.
Or give me the title.
It's a
Let's try Navy Boot Camp 2017. Can I continue to eat a vegan diet when you're in the military? It's hard, but yeah, it's doable. My friends are... I have a couple friends that are vegans and vegetarians. They don't necessarily enjoy the Navy food because they don't eat a lot of the Navy food. I see them pack a lot. MASH, I don't know anything about MASH. Patriotic Badger, if I could do the Air Force, yeah, I think I would do the Air Force. I think they are much more chill of a branch. The chillest branch, really. I don't know too much about Army jobs, but anything that's... Yeah, I can't find the new one, Haley. I just looked for it. Can I continue? Okay. Blue Air Force, you might get sent to the base, the middle base. What job would you want in the Army? I don't know all the jobs in the Army, but anything that's, I'm a paper pusher, right? I'll push paperwork and I'll file paperwork and I'll do all the, accounting stuff all day long. So as long as you give me some paper job, then by all means. Is there ever a time you should retaliate with force when you're being picked on verbally? Brandon, bullying is a big thing. It's called hazing. So if somebody is bullying you, right, they're calling you names that, for example, let's say for me, if people around me are saying, hey, you're ugly, you got a big head, or, you're fat, you're ugly, weird looking, whatever the case may be, if it's really hurting my feelings, I say, hey, if you guys could lay back, I would appreciate it, right? And if they still don't lay back, what you do next is go to somebody higher and you say, hey, they're picking on me. I would appreciate that if they stop. I've already asked them to, and they aren't, right? And if that still goes on, right, then you go a step higher, right? If the person that you told to is not doing anything about it, then you go a person higher, and you go up until you solve this problem. So physical force should never be the resort, but if you are in a situation where you are being physically abused, then for example, like let's say they're trying to get you naked and throw you into the water, then at that point in time you have no choice but to use some type of physical force to diffuse the situation, whether it's punching them in the head or smacking them with something. 2012, that's still old. When you said new, I thought it was like 2017 or 2016. Have you ever been out on a boat or a ship, like a cruise or something, before joining the military? Nope. Nope. Been on a little like fishing boat, but that's about it. Ow. David Dobrik just posted another video. David Dobrik is my favorite YouTuber right now. The most hilarious guy I know. Have you, Nicolette Yi asks, have you had to deal with racism when you joined the military or heard of other incidents? I'm sure, right, somewhere in the Navy there is, you know, racist incidents. Personally for me, I've never had to deal with it. But it's not a perfect world. Especially, it's not a perfect Navy, right? But the Navy is very, very big on equal opportunity. Treating everybody fairly. And they annually or semi-annually, you know, check and make sure everybody is being treated fairly. It depends, in my opinion, where you go. Right, the culture of that command, culture of that ship or facility that you go to. It might be more hostile than other. It might be more laid back than other. It might be more respectful than others. Personally, for me, I've never had to deal with racism or anything like that, or discrimination of any kind. Not to say that there isn't going to be any, because at some point there will always be racism. But the Navy is very, very good with making sure everybody's treated equally, and the chain of command, the officers, and the higher ups are trained to identify these situations and set it straight. So racism, in my opinion, you don't have to worry about in the military. Worry about too much in the military. I'm sure there are people that are still racist that join the military. It's not the military that's racist, it's the people that join the military that are racist, that make it hard for other people. So I am going to close it out soon, guys. I don't know when, but pretty soon. Maybe in about 6 minutes. Do you ever get lonely? Not really. Not for me. All too much. It's not updating. Okay. Okay, Nicolette. I don't know about Army and Marines. I don't know how their style is. My brother's in the Army, and I don't think he really deals with racism all too much. But then again, he is in the reserves, so that really doesn't count, in my opinion. But in the military, man, right now in this modern day, right, social media is so huge, right? Social media is so huge. If somebody got bullied for their race or for racism or hate crime, and if that leaked into major news outlets, this is one thing that the military is very scared of, right? That somebody who got bullied and somebody who got made fun of because of their race, let's say for example, took their own life, and that made headlines on the news outlets. That's the biggest fear for the military. And in my opinion, I would say Air Force and the Navy will be very, very good with making sure racism doesn't really exist, and trying to reduce this as much as possible. I don't know. I'm not too sure about Army and Marines because I'm not too sure about their culture. Their culture is very like gung ho, hoo-yah, hoorah, and all that kind of stuff. So I I don't know too much about them, but even them, I'm sure they're pretty good with it, and I'm sure they have procedures to prevent racism from even like, you know, identifying who's, you know, the situation, identifying the problem and all that kind of stuff. So I would say, you know, Air Force, Navy, Army, Marines. Brandon, do I ever get lonely? No. Got my girlfriend, got my family. You know, my family loves me. I love my family. My girlfriend loves me. I love my girlfriend. So, Andy, welcome back. If a recruit goes to boot camp without his cell phone, how he'll call home on the first day? Are there any options to make calls home? So, Navy mom, somebody will always bring their cell phone, right? Somebody. It doesn't have to be, you know. For me, I didn't bring my cell phone, right? So, and there were other people that didn't bring their cell phone too. So when we get to Recruit Training Command and we line up nicely in formation, the RDCs are going to say, hey, make your call to your phone, to your family. If you don't have a cell phone, you know, borrow the person right next to you, use their cell phone, right? And they're going to call. If, you know, for example, let's say let's say I'm calling my mom, right? And my mom doesn't pick up. And I call my dad, and my dad doesn't pick up. Then, right, you tell your RDC, hey, nobody picked up. And your RDC is going to say, okay, you'll call a little bit later. One of the mandatory thing for recruits that recruit division commanders have to follow is the recruits have the right and must call their family back home. Whether it's using the payphone within the facility, whether it's borrowing another recruit's cell phone, or whether it's borrowing the recruit division commander's cell phone, or whether it's using the command's phone to call home. So yeah, if on the first day, if you don't get a call, on the second day, you know, they're going to try again, and they're going to try again until they get a hold of somebody to let them know that they're alive and they made it well. Andy asks, the armed forces have to be big on equality. How would we function if we are fight each other? Yeah. Alright guys, in about a minute here when it comes to the 100-minute mark, I'm going to close it out for today. I'm going to talk to my girlfriend. What happened to my wrist? I was working. I showed like 2 time-lapse videos early on this live. I'll probably post that time-lapse video whenever I finish the job that I'm doing. But in the ship right now, I am replacing the floors on the officer berthings where officer sleeps. The ship wants brand new flooring on the ground. So, you know, I have all the tools that I'm given is a hammer. The last 3 days, I've been hammering the crap out of the floor, breaking it apart, chiseling it so it's all nice. So my wrist hurts from that. So it's got a icy hot on it. It's got a tape on it because the icy hot, even though it claims comfortable fabric stays in place, it actually doesn't stay in place. It unfolds a lot. So kind of annoying. But how many hours of sleep are you averaging? Depends. Whenever I'm at my friend's house, maybe like 5 hours. When I'm at the ship, about 8 hours, 9 hours. I get a lot of sleep. So thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. You know what? If you want, let me do a quick 10-minute live video on Instagram. So if you want to follow me to Instagram, feel free to come along. I'm going to be doing an Instagram live right after this. So let's get to Instagram live. Thanks for coming out with me, hanging out with me today, guys. And I hope you have a great Navy day.